Hey guys, this is Sahil and welcome to this brand new series called as Technical Saturdays. And this particular series is specially for every single individual who is about to start off their journey as a technical analyst in stock market. Because since last so many days, a lot of people were texting me out on all my social media handles that Sahil, you are posting weekly mastermind sessions, you are posting top-down approach way in all the reels, all the shorts, but can you just start everything from the basics, like what is price action, what is candlestick patterns, and so on. So this particular series, this particular new initiative by the Achievers Club is specifically for all the people, those who are novice to stock market. And even if you're someone who is into the stock market journey since last so many weeks, months, or even if you're starting off this particular journey, but this particular series is going to help you out because I'm gonna go deep into every single topic of technical stuffs, all the technical tools which we use into our community, as well as furthermore, we will go deep inside every single topic as well. So this particular episode, like in this particular first episode of this particular series of Technical Saturdays, I'm going to be sharing with you what are the different types of traders and investors, because in this particular era, you can consider lots of people are beginning their journey as a trader or an investor, but they don't have the clarity about what kind of trader or investor they want to become. And trust me, if you have the clarity about what your current profession is all about, even if you're someone who is job working professional, even if you're someone who is having their own business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a student, if you're a homemaker, no matter what your current profession is all about, you should have that exact clarity about what kind of trader or investor you are, because based on the time span you can decide that whether you are a trader or whether you are an investor. So in this particular video we are going to go deep dive into what are the different types of traders. So in brief, there are 10 types of traders and investors. So the first type is something called as scalping, and even the person who does this kind of trading is called as scalper. So in scalping, the time span which is required, it is something between 1 to 5 minutes, which means whatever trades, whatever decisions you have to take, those are taken between the span of 1 to 5 minutes. You can take multiple times in a day as well. And the segment in which you can trade is cash, futures, and options. You can trade in any of those. And the screen time which is involved to become a scalper, to do scalping, is too much, because to become a scalper you have to sit right in front of screen, no matter, like, even if it's something for 30 minutes, even if you trade for 1 hour and so on, because the time span to take the decision to enter, to exit, to buy, or to sell is within the span of 1 to 5 minutes. For that you need to sit right in front of screen, right? And that is why I mentioned to all my community members that if you are starting off your journey, and even if you're someone who is pro, even if you're someone who is full-time trader, you should try to avoid scalping, right? Because the screen time is too much and you have to sit right in front of screen. Literally you have to sit right in front of screen, you have to see ups and downs and so on. And the type of income, that is completely active. The second type of trader or investor, that is day trading, or the person who does this kind of trading is called as day trader. So to become a day trader, the time span which is required is between the span of 9:15 a.m. in the morning, by the time the markets open, till the time the markets get shut, that is at 3:30 p.m. And during that span itself you can make multiple decisions. And the time span, as I have mentioned in scalping, is 1 to 5 minutes, but as a day trader it can be between that span itself. It can be a trade for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, for 5 hours, even from 9:15 till 3:30 as well. You can buy around 9:16, 9:17, and you can sell that particular, you can just you can consider, you can exit all your positions around 3:25, 3:27, and so on, right? Even that kind of people are called as day traders. And based on your strategy as well, because there are certain strategies which can be applied around 9:20, 9:25 in the morning. There are certain strategies which are evergreen, which can be applied at any instance of time during the span of 9:15 to 3:30. And the segment in which you can do day trading is cash, futures, and options once again. And the screen time is slightly less as compared to scalping, because the time span is broadened, because in scalping you have 1 to 5 minutes to execute the trade as well as to exit, but in day trading the time span has got increased. And the type of income, this is also a kind of active income itself. The third type of trading or investing, that is BTST trading, and the person who does BTST trading is called as a BTST trader, where the time span which is required is the time span which is required is 30 minutes to 1 hour. And this type of trading is something which we do, like as the name itself suggests, buy today, sell tomorrow, which means the time span, although it is considered as 2 days, but the active time of the market is not more than 30 minutes to 1 hour, where we have to execute the trade between the span of 3 to 3:30, before the market gets shut. And tomorrow morning, like let's consider right now we are executing the trade around 3:20, 3:15. Then by tomorrow morning, we have to exit our positions before 10 o'clock. The market opens at 9:15, then we have to exit all our positions before 10 o'clock. And that is what we call as a BTST trade. And the segment in which we can trade is cash, futures, and options again. And the screen time is less as compared to day trading, because once we put in the orders, we can do our job, we can do our work. Because after 3:30, even if you sit right in front of screen, the markets are going to be shut. You can do the back testing, you can do the analysis, but you can't see the movement, right? So the screen time is less, and the type of income is active because the 2 days are involved. Next is swing trading, and the person who does swing trading is called a swing trader. And the time span to do the swing trade is somewhere between 5 to 7 active days, not involving Saturdays and Sundays. It can be between from like we can execute the trade on Monday and we can exit somewhere around Thursday, Friday, or maybe on next Monday or on Tuesday. Right. The time span, it can vary from 5 to 7 days based on, like, sometimes the target can get completed, sometimes our stop loss can get hit, sometimes the trailing stop loss can get hit, and so on, right? And the segment in which we can take the trade is cash, futures, and options, same. And the screen time which is required is less even as compared to BTST trading, because we have to take the decision once in a week. Let's consider if we have to buy any of the stocks, then we have to take decision today, and then we have to take the decision like 5 to 7 days down the line. We don't have to bother about the decisions like immediately or maybe in next 1 or 2 days. Next, the type of income you can consider, this is a semi-active kind of income because the time span which is 5 to 7 days. Fifth kind of trading is called as options trading, and in options there are two segments where you can be a buyer as well as you can be a seller. And if you are someone who is starting off your journey, then you might be getting confused about what is options buying, what is option selling. But trust me, as and when you're going through this particular journey, you'll automatically be able to understand as well as make sense with all the concepts about what is options buying, what is option selling, what is call, put, and so on. But let's go deep into what is options buying and what is option selling. So to become an option buyer, to become an option trader in terms of buying, the time span which is involved, that is 5 minutes to 5 days. Like as I've mentioned, you can be a scalper, you can be a day trader, you can be a BTST trader, you can be a swing trader as well. Even you can go for semi positional trade as well, in which the time span which is required is 20 to 25 days, right? Because for weekly, you can consider for options, we have weekly expiries in indices, that is Nifty, Bank Nifty, and we have monthly expiry for stock specific. So for those stock specific, we can trade between 20 to 25 days. And for the span of weekly expiries, because every single week the expiry keeps changing, so we have to exit out all those positions. So the time span is between 5 to 5 days, 5 minutes to 5 days, or up to, for stock specific, it is 20 to 25 days. And the segment, that is options, and the screen time which is involved is normal. It is not as higher as compared to scalping or something else like that. And the type of income, this is also an active kind of income. In option selling, the time span which is required is 5 days to 20 to 25 days, which means for the index specific, if you are someone who is selling options of indices, then it will take you 4 or 5 days. And if you are someone who is option seller in terms of stock specific, then it can take somewhere around 20 to 25 days for that particular option to go to zero and for you to collect that particular premium as well. The segment in which you can trade is options, and the screen time which is involved is very, very less, because you have to just put in your orders, the sell orders, you have to pay the margin, and then you have to wait for that particular option to become zero, to for that premium to go to the level of zero, and then you can make money. And the type of income, this is completely like a semi-passive income, because the time span which is involved is 5 days to 20 to 25 days, right? So this is it. And the sixth type of trading is something called as positional trading, where you are capturing a very good move. In swing trading, you are capturing small moves, that is somewhere around like same swing from a bottom till the top. Then you are waiting for that particular top to become a higher bottom. Then you are capturing those small moves. And even in upcoming videos, we will be discussing further about what are the different types of trends and so on. But as of now, you can just have a clarity that in swing trading, we are capturing small moves, but in positional trading, we are capturing the whole move. And the time span which is required for this particular kind of trading is somewhere around 3 months. It can vary. Sometimes the trade can get exited within 2 months, 1.5 months, 1 month as well. But it can last up to 3 months, not more than that. If it goes beyond that, then it becomes you can consider it becomes a kind of investing. Next is the segment in which we can trade, that is cash and futures, as I mentioned, because we have to keep we have to keep those positions up to 3 months, right? So as I mentioned in options as well, that the expiry happens every single week, and for stock specific, it happens in the month. So even if we go for a positional trade, we have to exit all our positions within a 1 month. So that itself is not a positional trade, right? So the segment in which we can trade is cash and futures, because in cash we can hold it for as long as we want, and in futures we can keep rollovering all our positions. So the segment which is involved is cash and futures, and the screen time is very, very less. Yeah, screen time is less. And the type of income, that is semi passive, because the time involved to take the decision of buying and selling is very less as compared to like swing trading as well. The seventh type is trend following, where we are following any of the trend following systems. There are different types of systems with which you can follow the whole trend, you can capture the whole trend, right? And based on that particular kind of trading, the time span which is required, that is not defined, because as I've also mentioned, that the trend can start today and it can last for next 6 months, it can last for next 1 year. We don't know. It can last for next 1 month, next 15 days, and even it can last till tomorrow as well. It can last for next 1 day. So the time span is not defined. It is not fixed. As I've also mentioned, the time span, it can vary. And even for trend following, there are different strategies. In our community, we go for the combination of moving average and RSI, based on which we capture a very strong trend. Because in the trending market, you don't have to go for a small move. You can straight away capture the whole move, and you can make the whole crux of that particular stock, and you can enjoy the whole, you can consider icing on the cake as well. Right. And the segment which is involved, the segment you should primarily focus upon is cash and futures, because as I've also mentioned, the cash, like the equity, you can consider it can be holded for next few months, it can be holded for years as well, and in futures you can keep rollovering your position by the time you are making profits into it, but options cannot be rolled over. So yeah, the segment which is involved is cash and futures, and the screen time which is involved is very less. And the type of income, again, this is semi passive kind of income, similar as of positional trading, but in trend following, the time span is not defined. As I've also mentioned, the trend can start today and it can last till tomorrow, last till 1 week, 1 month. It can last till 6 months, 1 year, 5 years as well. So you should at least, like, even though you are a day trader, even though you are a BTST trader, options trader, positional trader, you should have a trend following system into your portfolio. If you want to be better into trading and if you want to last long into your trading profession, then there should be at least one trend following system with which you trade consistently into the market and you make consistent income. Right. So this is the seventh kind of trading. And now let's quickly jump into what are the different types of investing. So the first type of investing is called as short-term investing, where the time span which is involved, the time span is somewhere around 3 to 6 months, where if the trade lasts between 1 to 3 months, then it becomes a positional trade. If the time span which is required is 3 to 6 months, then it becomes somewhere around like short-term investing. And the segment in which you should trade, you should prefer is cash itself. And the screen time which is involved is very less, because we have to take decisions once in 3 months, once in 6 months. So it is very negligible. And the time which is involved, like the type of income, is completely passive. The ninth is medium term investing, where the time span which is required is somewhere around 6 to 12 months. The first is positional trading, where the time span which is required is somewhere around like more than 15 days till 3 months. Then from the span of 3 months to 6 months is called as short term investing. The time span of around 6 to 12 months is called as medium term investing. And we should prefer the segment called as cash or equity, whichever you consider. And the screen time which is required is completely negligible, because we have to take decision once in 6 months, once in a year, based on which we can do that particular thing, right? Because we capture a very huge move, a very large move, based on which we make, you can consider a huge amount of profits for it. We can literally double up or even triple up our money within this particular span through investing. And the type of income is completely passive. And last but not the least is somewhere that is long-term investing. So for you to become a long-term investor, the time span which is required for that particular trade is 1 to 3 years, not more than that. Because previously lots of people used to have the definition of long-term investing that we should buy right now, and our children will uh, make benefits. Our children will do study with those, and we will do the marriage by these investments. But nowadays, the definition of long-term investing has got reduced to somewhere around 1 to 3 years, right? So the time span which is required is 1 to 3 years. The segment in which you should trade is cash, not futures, not even options, because in options you can't trade, and in futures you can't keep rollovering every single month. You can, but even for that you need to give time. So for you to become a long-term investor, the best thing which you can do is have a system with which you can depict that yes, this particular stock can be traded, this particular stock is good for investing in upcoming 1 to 3 years, and it can be a multi-bagger stock as well. So the segment which you should prefer is cash, and the screen time which is involved is completely negligible because we have to take decision once in a year, once in 3 years, and the type of income, this is completely passive. So these are overall 10 types of trading and investing, and I hope that you have learned and enjoyed a lot from this particular video. And even you can pause this particular video, you can rewind back, you can go back through every single stuff, you can take snapshot of this, but ensure this particular thing that you are going deep into it, right? Because lots of people, as I've also mentioned, that lots of people don't have the clarity about what kind of trader or investor they are based on your profession. Even if you're someone who is a job working professional, even if you're someone who is doing your business, if you are an entrepreneur, you should have that clarity that what is the amount of span, what is the amount of time which I can you can consider devote into trading. Because lots of people have this one thing into their mind that they want to create like a full-time career through trading, but they don't understand the importance. Because like we have to be focused, even if in a day, as I've also mentioned, we have to completely avoid scalping. But even if you give, like even if you dedicate 15 minutes, 1 hour in a day, then you can make absolutely, like you can consider a very decent income through stock trading itself, right? So I hope that you have enjoyed and you have learned a lot from this particular video. If yes, then I just want this one particular thing, that if you have someone around you who is starting off their journey into stock trading, and if they are learning about technical analysis, and if you think that this particular video can help them out, make sure you watch this particular video, make sure you share this particular video with your friends, your loved ones, and your colleagues as well. And I'll see you in the next video in upcoming Saturday, like for technical Saturdays at 5 p.m. sharp. Till then, live fully, love openly, and make the difference today. I wish you joy and abundance in all you do.